gonna start our next segment, man. A new segment we've got here on I'm Not Gonna Hold You with the homie and comedian Larry Legend. Laro, what is going on, bro? You hear us? You got you. Let me take you off me. There
Can
we
you
go.
hear me now?
Yes, sir. What's going on,
Good,
brother?
I'm good. My guys, man. I'm just here, man, just trying to rock out with y'all, trying to give y'all a little something that's been on my mind, things that's been on my mind, you know what I mean? You want me to just kick this off because it's been on my mind all day.
Yeah, go ahead. Tell them exactly,
so,
what's on your mind, brother.
Okay, so this is just the first thing I want to talk about, and I just want to ask y'all opinion on this as well. Is it time for a change in the language of the culture? What I mean by this is, Sir, the singer,
Yeah.
y'all saw the tweet. He tweeted.
No, I heard about it, but I didn't see the shit.
So I don't have the tweet pulled up, but he tweeted something about whatever what's his name, Kai sent. I don't know.
Yeah, I know which one you is.
Yeah, so he tweeted about that, and he used the word bitch. He used the B word. I don't want to keep saying that word over and over because I don't want to get attacked. I got attacked over sleep. Where I was asleep, I woke up and I was attacked. You know what I'm saying? So people said that I was defending that because I was just like understanding of why he even said that word. And it was like, is it a is it a barrier between us? Like, I live in the real world, okay? I don't live on the internet. I live where when I'm outside with real live Chicago women. Some of you guys know what I'm talking about. So you
say bitch all the time.
They still listen to people who in jail. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna say names, but dot number. And
they stepped
so this is the world I live in. So words like the B word and nigga is just man and woman to them. It's what's up, my nigga, what's up, my bitch. And we don't say that, but you know what I'm saying? It's like it's normalized here. It's not misogynistic as they saying on the internet. So I'm just like, I understood because this guy is from Inglewood. His name is Inglewood Sir. So I'm like, is it time to stop saying that word publicly like that? Like, is it time to stop it? Because I'm looking at it from perspective of that's the people who kind of like Twitter people are. It's not a group. It's not a lot of people who do Twitter. I actually got numbers of this. It's 28% of black people who use Twitter, the internet, use Twitter.
Only 28%.
28%, and 39% of that 28% of Twitter users in general. 39% of Twitter users in general are women. I don't know the others because they don't, it's a lot of others. So, because they said it was 1% men. Maybe it was 39% black women, but I didn't write that part in. But the point I'm making is it's a small percentage on the internet, but that small percentage on Twitter kind of runs the fucking social world in a way.
Yeah, so, and it's like to a point now, not to cut you off, where it's like you can't say, and I don't even know where it started from him. I just know he tweeted.
No, it started from.
Go ahead.
Yeah, it was a concert where this dude called Shorty on stage, and like they was dancing and feeling on each other, and her dude was front row.
Shit. Yeah.
And so Casanet, he's a streamer,
right?
He pretty much had auditions and got bro a new girl, and so that's why Sir commented on it and used bitch when he was talking about it.
And he was saying it, and I feel like he was saying it in the context of talking to somebody who he knew, like in the hood, like he's from Inglewood.
Yeah, and that's 100% what it is, G. I think with a lot of these conversations, context is removed, and people like to play games like they don't understand that in no way did you mean that to demean or be mean to somebody at all, bro. That's just how we talk. And so, like, when you get the internet involved, and we've talked about for years before Twitter blew up, how the gatekeepers were going away. Now it ain't no gatekeepers, G. Mm-hmm. So like you could say something that, prime example, all five of us, we could say something that everybody in this chat know what we talking about, but it'd be one person from bumfuck Iowa who'll be like, "What the fuck you mean? Like, how can you say that?" Mm-hmm. But
you mean like that one tweet I saw yesterday where this lady went to DC and she didn't know DC was black as hell. DC, which is called Chocolate City. She didn't know it was black as hell.
I'm like, yo, you never even. They had a crackhead as a mayor. Like, you don't. History class isn't everybody's thing, but I was looking at that. So this just was a topic that I had wanted to bring upon y'all because I'm just
Yeah.
like, they
I
was on my ass, and
Yeah,
I'm
man,
like,
this is why I don't go on Twitter. Like literally the only time I
understand.
go on Twitter is when Scott asks us to retweet something. So I'll sit on there for a little bit. I'll see something from you. I'll laugh. I'll see some shit that Mikey then said for us to look at. I'll laugh and then I'm out because there is no context. Like it's funny and these people don't know you either. Like
Right.
it's funny. That's why I will use. I mean, I use social media as a experiment anyway of my content. Like even before I did the Some Dude podcast for a year, I was putting Some Dude does this or that just to see how people react, and then a year later I come out with the Some Dude podcast. With that being said, that's why I know my context is at. If you know me, you know what's up. If somebody try to jump in, they'd be like, yo, this is what it is over there. You either leave us out. All right, cool. I think we deal with a lot of people that's like 200 followers or less Twitter, which is that's why I be telling Scott ass, don't be arguing with them folks that got
It's hard.
200
It's
Twitters or
hard,
less.
bro.
Like
It's
It's
hard.
Scott,
hard, bro.
Sean
Or
Davis, Brian Crawford, these niggas is like the 3-man tag team champions of fight niggas that only got 200 Twitter followers and shit, and got some random redneck named Bob as they goddamn avatar and shit with an American flag behind their head, talking shit about basketball, and they be going hard. Well, nigga, da, 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 da.
I'm
Yeah,
trying.
that's why. Cause it's just you got to deal. Them be the ones that get you in the bullshit,
Right.
and they don't even be burner accounts. It just be
Yeah.
niggas who don't got no friends on Twitter.
It be people who I see in person sometimes. They don't say these things to me. And it be like, it ain't even like a fighting thing, but it's like, if you know me, you know where I'm coming from. I'm not even coming from a place of defending nothing. Like, to me, niggas tweak more than anybody. I
Yeah,
prefer, like, men, we be tweaking. Niggas be
yeah,
tweaking. When I hear stuff women say, most time I gotta believe it first because I know niggas be tweaking. So it's not like I'm on niggas' side like that, but I'm still a nigga. So
yeah,
where I come from, that word ain't such a big deal. And I'm not also calling nobody a bitch either. But if I'm talking or referring to some situation and I say, man, the bitch was acting crazy and then yada yada yada, like nigga, last week I had a tweet that went viral. I got $40 for this tweet, and
Oh
it
shit.
said bitch in it. And
Elon run them Twitter bucks.
my whole mentions was full of women laughing. Not nobody was mad, and most of them looked good too, but not none of them was bad.
But the nigga who seen John Redcorn says bitch in the tweet, and
It's like,
everybody up and up.
First of
And
all,
he's a
have
good
you,
dude too.
if you ever heard his music? And first of all, he's from Inglewood. Number one, if you met any women from Inglewood, nigga, like they say that very freely
they
over
say
there.
it's so crazy out there. So him saying that is him being in his place, and I said talking in hood, and then I woke up this morning and everybody was quoting talking in hood, and I'm like, I'm talking to this person as if this person knows me. I didn't expect y'all to be window shopping and see what I'm talking about and standing at the window and blowing it up like I'm having a conversation, which is another thing about Twitter. But we could get off this subject. You know what I'm saying? I feel like y'all understand what I'm saying. I feel like the conversation is needed, and if we do need to change the way we talk, I'm not against like that shit. If you that offended, be that offended all the time. Don't pick and choose when you that offended, because sir, he didn't mean no harm. But anyway, my next question to you guys for the evening is: has this been the least Black History Month that you felt in your lifetime?
Yes.
Yes, 100%. And I don't even know why, but it just has
Like,
been.
I ain't in
It's
school. I don't got
bad.
to dress up like Martin Luther King. I don't got to do, I haven't heard a lot of Martin Luther King. I don't really want to hear a lot of Martin Luther King. And it's not even his fault. It's because who's going to play it for me?
Yeah,
They're going to play it
Yeah.
for you when it's this time of the year. And they're going to act like these people matter right now in these 29 days this year. We got 29 of them bitches. But I'm sorry, I can't say that word. But
You see?
you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
But you see, it's just natural. It's natural. It's natural.
I ain't even talking about I'm not even talking about women. I'm not even talking about women. But
trust me, my girl done told me so many times. She be like, "You got to stop saying that." I was like, "I'm not calling nobody a bitch. That's just how I talk."
yeah, and it's like other words that you can't say anymore because they think it's something. They took it and made it something that it wasn't. So it's like whatever. But with this Black History shit, yeah, we got like this year we had Jay-Z got the thing, you know, he got the honorary Grammy shit. That was Black History shit, I guess. And he's like the most nominated artist. Is the most nominated artist of all?
Yeah, I think the most nominated
Yeah.
also.
Correct.
We had an all black Super Bowl for the second year in a row.
Super Bowl, all black.
But time out. I also knew he was off to a bad start because on the day of the Super Bowl, Chili gonna post her white boyfriend talking about happy birthday. Shorty, why you couldn't wait? Why you do it on Usher Day? You choose to post this white man.
Right. She did
like, that shit was shady, bro.
That was terrible. But we did have Usher, another Black History thing going on. But it still feel like I guess we done with black people might be done with Black History Month or something.
Well, I think it's also because now if you look at like education and shit, like, well, first of all, if it wasn't for like my mama, my auntie, my granny, my pops, they taught me my Black history. I wouldn't learn this shit in school, nigga. Like, and when I went to Curie, for like we had one bullshit Black History Month assembly every February. But nigga, for motherfucking Cinco de Mayo, nigga, red fucking carpet, like. So it just really goes to like who's teaching this shit? You know what I'm saying? And I feel like the further we get away from it, it's like people don't even know certain shit. So that's why it's gonna feel like it's not a Black History Month anymore because they're not even, you know, the younger generation aren't even knowing the smallest shit there is to know about it.
Yeah, I'm kind of.
I feel you, bro. And another thing I say, and this is probably a benefit of us growing up in Chicago, like we grew up around Black people, so we feel different about this shit. Like I was telling somebody the other day, like growing up, my dentist was Black, my orthodontist was Black. When I had braces, my doctor was always Black. Like my teachers were Black, my principals were Black. So like growing up in Chicago, we got a different nigga. Bro. My orthodontist was Black, G. I forgot what he named, but bro was Black.
Nigga,
but nah, G. Growing
this nigga
up in Chicago.
This nigga.
No, not even. Don't do that. Don't do that. Here you go. We are nigga.
No
nigga
wonder
move to the suburbs and they forget about you, brother. You a wild nigga.
See, I wouldn't even go. See, that bang went down.
No.
I get it.
Yeah.
Bro.
Being from the crib, I'm not. Being from the crib, G, it just felt different being Black. Like it was one of those. That's why when I got to school and you get all these, like we say, the new Blacks, the nigga that's suddenly proud to be Black when you 22. Like I've always had that. I've always felt that. So it's never been a need for me to go extra. So I think that's a benefit of growing up at the crib.
Sit on the orthodontist, he got bread, drug lords.
He definitely said dentist and orthodontist.
Oh, my teeth was fucked up, boy. Like my shit was crazy.
What type of insurance you were on, bro?
Hey, shout out to my mom, Blue Cross Blue Shield.
Ooh, good one. They got hey, but nah, like I grew up Black too. So like when I grew up, like I was about to say, I grew up kind of sheltered, like in a way, because I thought everybody had Black teachers growing up until for real, probably when I was like 19 or something. And when I realized like y'all didn't have no Black teachers for real growing up. Like I get it in high school, I ain't had no Black teachers. Like, I had Black teachers in high school, but like people were saying like they first male Black teacher or their first Black teacher was when they was in like 9th grade or something. And it's like my first, I grew up with nothing but Black teachers. I went to school in Roseland for like the first 12 years of my life. So when I moved to the burbs, I went to school out there for 2 years, and that's when I first had a white teacher. And I was like, oh, this is different. They get to dissect shit. We was talking about real Black history, like Marcus Garvey, and we heard about Nat Turner. They ain't go too deep. They ain't want to tell us too much of what he did.
They ain't want to tell us the real about Nat Turner. That's
they
why they
told us a little bit. They said, no, that nigga rebelled. And they said,
exactly. Exactly, man. But what's the next thing you got for on your list?
Okay, so look, I was looking at something the other day. It was Gilbert Arenas had said, came at Charles Barkley, and he said basically that Charles Barkley was a follower. He was a ring chaser, and that he was chasing rings when he went to Phoenix. And I hit one of my guys up. He a big Gilbert guy. He likes to watch that shit and listen to the shit on there. So I'm like, yo, he said, I'm like, we got into the debate of was Charles Barkley the leader of the team? And my question to you guys is, what do you guys consider a leader for real? Like, what do you consider the leader of the team? Now I understand that it is guys who not always the superstar that's the leader of the team. Like Joakim Noah was kind of the leader of the Bulls.
Yeah, I was
He,
about to say
he
that.
rose
Yeah,
guy. But and there's other guys. I feel like Draymond Green is the leader of the Warriors. But
I feel like in some aspects, I feel like with the Bulls, 100%, Joe Kim was the leader. You know, Derek doesn't talk much. You know, I think Derek was fine with that. I feel like Draymond. I still feel Steph is the leader of the Warriors because they're damn near shoot for Steph. Like Steph don't have to be the rah nigga. Like
But see, that's
Steph
why I
get
disagree with you. That's why I
good.
disagree with you. I think Draymond is the leader, but for lack of a better term, Steph Curry is basketball GD. Like he's the nigga that's on the team, that the light skinned nigga on the team that was gonna be something. So you got to
Basketball
make
GD.
sure that he protected. So
protect.
Okay.
Draymond is the dude on the team that ain't as talented as dude right there, but he gonna make sure he's straight. So
He
we
protect
bless him
all the
in.
rest of them.
Yeah, so we bless him in as a member of the gang and shit, but you ain't got to come to no meetings and shit like that. Just play basketball, hoop. We gonna make sure that you straight. We gonna make sure you have shoes and all of that shit. But then when you make it, you know what I'm saying? Just make sure that I'm coming along to ride with you, or just tell the high school and make me the head coach of the basketball team when I get a little bit older. That's what that is to me.
I'll say this about the Charles Barkley thing, and this is why I don't like, you know, what Gilbert Arenas was saying, because what Gilbert was saying was basically, you know, he was ring chasing. We gotta stop looking at 90s shit like how they look at it today. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't looked at as a ring chasing situation. Now, when he went to Houston and they tried to pull off that bullshit with Dream and Pippen, yeah, I can consider that ring chasing. But Phoenix wasn't that type of situation. He was a clear leader on that team, made everybody better. You know, you had Kevin Johnson, Thunder Dan Marley. You know, they had their whole little team. It took them from a regular ass playoff team to winning what 62, 63 games.
They even had they even had a crackhead on the
They
team.
had a crackhead.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, exactly.
Literally.
And
I
that's
think
what
I think a lot of these players are just like they don't like Chuck talking, so they want to have revisionist history on his playing days.
I think that's the thing. Like I that's why I had tweeted give me Charles Barkley over Gilbert every day. Now back in the day, 06, 07, 08, I was fucking with Gilbert. Gilbert was the guy to me for those 4 years. But it was 4 years.
Yep.
Charles Barkley, I was really fucking with. That was like when I first started watching basketball, Charles Barkley was the man. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm not even gonna go there, but it's not even, to me, it's not just about discrediting him, but that was another thing I was going to bring up, and I'm glad you said that. My next topic was respecting the culture. So the conversation went from me and one of my guys to me and some of my guys who play college basketball and have played against pros and, you know, did all of that type of shit. But we got into the conversation of them saying, one of them said Larry Bird was Huff.
Oh my God.
And I wanted to tell him, like, man, Larry Bird will give you, if y'all play basketball today, he probably beat you, bro.
Yeah.
If it's make it take it, he's going to probably beat you. Like, and my thing is like a lot of people, and this ain't just in basketball, but it's mostly in just basketball. It's sports, but it's basketball and it's in music. We like to discredit, really rap. We like to discredit whatever came before us for some reason. And it's like, how do you discredit, like, how can you discredit the 80s, right? Because they said 80s basketball was trash. Man's told me, man, they was smoking cigarettes and drinking beer in the locker room. I said, man, Miles Bridges is doing lean.
Right.
Niggas doing lean.
Ron Artest was getting any at halftime, my nigga. Like
across the street from the United Center.
Lamar Odom told you what he was on.
He was on crack.
He was on crack.
Niggas hate Bill Simmons, but he had this line in his book that was so funny. He said 80s basketball was so wild. He said some of them will get up there. You think they'd get down and snort the fucking foul line if they could, like just because the line was white. Like that's how bad it was, bro.
I seen a mini doc on the 1986-87 Phoenix Suns, and you talk about a team full of crack and cocaine like that. I didn't know that James Edwards, who eventually becomes the center of the world champion Detroit Pistons, was allegedly reportedly involved in cocaine.
Allegedly,
Reportedly, the sale of cocaine, trafficking.
James Edwards look like he do cocaine.
But see, but a lot of the niggas in the 80s look like that shit. I just didn't think that nigga was the one.
That was their party drug, Jay. It was
like that was their party drug. Niggas be listening to loose ends, slow down and shit. And like, hold on, nigga.
Right on.
I got a summer session story about my uncle. I'll tell that later.
Well, yeah, you gotta come on the show and do that. I'll say this about with if you look at like different eras. I hate like when we try to compare the different eras because it was different. Like, and I think it's on both sides. You got old heads who be talking shit about the young niggas and like, oh, y'all motherfuckers couldn't play in our game. Like Luka will bust niggas ass in the 80s. Like with the same thing with Luka will have fun. The same thing. Bird getting up shot. Imagine Bird being able to shoot 6 threes a game. Like
right.
So it's like imagine that volume. He's gonna get all crazy too.
At 6'9"
rebounds, he already getting 10 rebounds a game. Like people sleep on the fact that he getting 10 rebounds, 7 assists. This is his numbers for 7-8 years. 27, 25, 12, and 7. Like this is, but like my thing was if you eliminate, if we sit up here and say, you know, this person could take away that person's space in the top players of all time list. First of all, let's start here. The NBA has been around since what, 1948?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
It's been 5,000 people played in that shit total. Like not even fully 5,000. It's been like 4,800 players ever played in the NBA. So to sit up and say niggas is weak is crazy. Because it be niggas who average 30. Every nigga in the league averaged 30 in high school.
Yep. Every last one.
Niggas who telling me that these niggas is weak didn't average 30 in high school.
That's what I be trying to tell. That's what I be trying to tell people, like, because I moved down to Miami, and so motherfuckers don't really know about Pat Bev or know about John Shire, and I have to tell these people, like, yo, like, these are walking 30-point buckets. Like
Will Bynum.
You clown him up. What? Will Bynum, Tony fucking TV.
Sharon
like,
Collins.
come on. Like, come on. I played baseball with Sharon Collins at Hamlin Park, Little League. So, like, I'm like, wait, hold on. Like, you clowning Pat Bev because he's averaging whatever, 6 points. Do you not realize he was giving motherfuckers 30 on nightly in high school? Like, everybody that gets to the league, the 13th man and the first man, they will all be able to put up 40 on your head. There is no Larry Markkinen without Dirk. There's no Dirk without Larry Bird. Like, that's just what it is.
That's how I feel about even like when we talking about this basketball, like because that's they everybody love Kyrie. I heard y'all talking about him before I got on.
Yeah,
Kyrie is one of, like you said, he's one of the greatest players to watch ever. Like just watching basketball is the most beautiful shit you could ever see. Some of it, and you don't get Kyrie without AI. You don't get AI without Timmy. You don't get Timmy without Zeke. Zeke is the 80s. How's the 80s Huff?
Yep.
Adrian Danley is the nigga who we don't talk about ever.
Yeah.
30 like four years straight.
Yeah, AD went crazy back in
then. And say whatever. They could watch.
With no threes. Without shooting threes,
bro. It's a dude who be making fun of old hoop on the internet. And, and they share his videos. This is trash. But it's like you clipping up shit. Have y'all ever sat back and watched any of these full games?
Yeah,
like
I watched going at it. Bad Boy, the Bad Boy Pistons was assaulting people, bro.
right. But actual like a really good like thing to bring up while we having this conversation is just the shit that came out the last like 48 hours where they were asking Tim Duncan if Tim Duncan could handle playing against Jokic in today's game. And it's like you see like how quickly y'all fucking forget like who Tim Duncan is. You know what I'm saying? Like that motherfucker is on people's top 5, top 10 list. Like, why are you like, and it's just in everything, like you saying, like everything that this culture has become, this era is microwave. Is I didn't see it, or that shit is weak, and we just want it now. It's Instagram is short for fucking, or is long for instant gratification. Like that's just the era that we're living in. So people discredit people. I mean, I'm a baseball fan, football fan, and we see it, like, oh, Patrick Mahomes wasn't able to be able to do this in the old era, but Dan Marino could do it in this era. It's like, yo, what are you talking about? Like, there's levels and there's a natural progression to sport. The athletes get bigger. The athletes get quicker, stronger. Rappers, the cadence gets different. The wordplay gets different. Like, everybody evolves, but there's no reason to like shit on the
Where it came
previous
from.
era, right? Like, you can't,
Yeah.
like, you can't shit on that to get,
Yeah,
like,
how can I
it's like
learn it?
people. It's like people shitting on people's fashion now. It's like, well, hold on. Look at some pictures of your mom and your dad back in the 80s. Like, look at the wild shit they were wearing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, bro. Yeah. And I agree. And it's also unfair just off the strength that the way you come up, the way you brung up is how you play. So, like, for a lot of these dudes, everybody says LeBron wasn't physical. It's because he didn't grow up in the physical era. Like, when he was coming up, like, yeah, the pros was playing like that. But by the time he got to high school, by the time he was getting ready to come to the league, that wasn't the game. So as he's been playing, this is how he plays. He plays smart. He's a high IQ dude. So, like, just like if I dropped him back in the 80s, if I brought Isaiah Thomas forward to here, he would be Chris Paul on steroids, bro.
Right.
He would be doing the same shit. Like,
Yep.
the greats are the greats for a reason. Like,
Exactly.
and it's really more about just we need to, like you said, respect. And it kind of goes into what we were talking about earlier with Cam and him getting disrespected at his camps, but fucking Peyton Manning, Drew Brees, and all of them, that's not happening at their camps. It's like just there's this lack of respect for the history and for the people who have come before us. And it makes no sense, bro. Because like you said, we're building off of what they built. Without them, you have nothing. So it makes no sense to sit here and try to shit on them. And it's sad when you really think about it. Like, more we start talking, we really start sounding like the old heads, but it's really how it is. Like, I look around and I see people and be like, what are you doing? Like, just flat out, like, it don't make no sense.
How could you even say these things? That's how I look at it. It's like you say, we building off of what was already built. It's called evolution. If Muggs understood that thing, then we would, move forward. And main thing I was gonna say before I get out of this is, if we disrespect and discredit the competition of the greats, we disrespecting the greats.
Yep.
Because if you telling me that the comp is whack, then you telling me his 5 championships don't count.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And shit like that. So we gotta respect all cultures, especially in our black community. We can't keep on doing this shit. Especially, we was just talking about Black History Month. Like, keep up with what we get, because we the only motherfuckers who argue about who that type of shit. Why everybody can't be great? You know what I'm saying? So, like, let it be that. Last thing before I get out of here, this gonna break it up. Just want to know if you guys have been watching. So my girl get me watching this Love Is Blind thing, and she got me hooked.
Have I?
That shit.
I'm locked in. Goddamn it.
Bang probably don't be dropping in on Love Is Blind. He don't look like he partake at all. He
He said no.
But I be seeing niggas. I be seeing y'all talk on social, be laughing and shit.
Because
that nigga
crazy. Tell me this though. So first of all, do you believe in any of the relationships on this show this season at all? I believe in that one, the one boring one.
Now this for the first time. See, I've been shout out to women who put me on this like 3 years ago. Because my guilty pleasure is crappy reality TV. I will watch crappy reality TV all day because I'm going back to real world Jersey Shore, nigga. I found out that at a Jersey Shore reunion. I watched like 5 episodes of Peacock this weekend, nigga. I was like, oh shit, Vinny and them niggas still at it. But like for the first time, I don't think any of these couples are for real because none of them like each other. Like, it's not even like close. Like when dude, what's Buddy? I think his name's Kenny, the one who was with the white girl.
Kenny.
The gay principal?
Yeah. Nah, his cousin came out and said he was gay, but I don't know.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, like real talk. His cousin on Facebook said that he was gay, and somebody said that's your cousin for real. Somebody posted another picture of her with him and saying congratulations when he got his degree. She was with him at his graduation. She said he was gay. I don't want to allegedly. All of this is alleged.
Right.
Photoshop could be a thing, but yeah, she called him gay. I was like, damn, your own blood, your flesh and blood. She said he only went on there to prove to his family he wasn't.
Well, see, then this thing to me, I feel like he was cool with it, but when Shorty was like, "Yo, how you gonna have that white woman take care of your black child?" This nigga was like, he went back
I didn't
thinking
think about that.
Bro, that nigga didn't talk for an episode and a half. He ain't talked for an episode and a half, nigga. He was sitting
I'm like, bro, you from Carolina, you ain't think about that. Like, I know y'all was talking. We from Chicago, it's the most segregated big city of them all.
Yeah,
So we have to think like that.
yeah.
But like you from the South, my G, like you didn't think about that at all.
Man,
that man sat back and said, "Let me get on this phone. Let me text my homegirls and tell them, all right, she white, y'all." He was nervous. He didn't know what to do. And I thought they was the best chemistry wise out of everybody.
Right. You got them. You got who's the only black girl on there? AD. Her AD. Look like she dating Tory. That nigga like Tory Craig off the Bulls. I'm like, yeah, this nigga. This nigga is
too. He weird.
Yeah, he's a goofball. Like he one of them niggas. Like, hi. First of all, y'all at lunch, you staring off into some shit and just say, "I just don't want to cheat on you." Like, nigga, what?
He's setting the exit up. He's setting the exit up right now.
He just, I just don't want to cheat on you,
bro. And it's like,
that shit is.
I don't get it. I know when he said he wasn't from his parents wasn't from America, I started to understand a little better. Like, okay, you a first generation American, so yeah, you got that strict family. They from the islands or something. They on your ass. So maybe that's something to do because he got a little social awkwardness to him that'd be like, I don't know about you, bro. You hiding something. Like when he first got in the room with the girl, he said, "I'm thinking about getting a cat," and I thought to myself, "Woman beater." Only guys who go get cats either are allergic to dogs and they need somebody there, or they're women beaters. They trying to prove they so soft and gentle. So you come in and think they ain't on nothing and they smack you up. Woman beater. No man just decides at the moment he meets you, he want to get a cat.
Yeah, the cat is crazy.
Practicing for something. He waiting on something, man. So, but I think the most successful group couple is gonna be the blonde haired dude and the Hispanic girl. I think they're gonna be.
Yeah. You talking about
dude? Nobody care about them.
Dude born. That nigga is like anti-condom. He like shit. I get a vasectomy if I put a condom.
But you know, I think he's setting the tone because they live in one of them heartbeat states. So he like, now listen, this is gonna be a touchy subject if we cross this line. So let's not cross it. That's why he keep asking about birth control.
You want birth control, right? You want a BC?
I think he been on her ass, G.
I think the best way to end this is to talk about Shorty said she like Megan Fox. Now look here, man. Look.
You talking about what now? That shit I saw with the heavy chin.
Yeah, crimson chin.
You look like Megan Fox if you got her face and then you stretched it out, like you stretched it right on out. You know what I'm saying? Do her like some slime.
And that's
that's what got Buddy fucked up. Like Spy Kids when they took the putty. That's exactly. They just pull it down a little bit.
Like Rita from Power Rangers and shit. Like that's kind of like
Floops Foogly.
Foogly.
That shit look like the McDonald's moon, nigga. That's
it look like a moon.
Look like the McDonald's moon, nigga.
Y'all saw the Steeler when they hugged when he first met her and he was looking in the camera like,
bruh. That's why I think like
y'all waiting anything on this.
I'm waiting for the next episode because when she was yelling like you fucked her, like when he saw what Shorty looked like, he was like,
first of all,
no.
Jimmy funny as hell because when she was talking about sex, he said, "Yeah, to be honest, we could chill on that."
You wanted it,
like
he was like, "Shorty, get off me!" Like he's like, "Nah, I'm good.
I just got off work. I want to play my game. I don't got time for you. You told me you look like Megan Fox, and I slam the door every day." Until this shit was over. You told me you look like Megan Fox. Slam the door. Tell me about me missing out on a Kardashian sister. She a Kardashian with a baby? Oh, if he didn't know she was a Kardashian with a baby, I guarantee he would have changed his fucking mind then.
100%. I was like, yeah, she has a 10-year-old, but you'll deal with that.
When the shit happened, I looked at my girl, I said, he gonna regret this.
No, Shorty did too. She's like, you're gonna vomit when you see me.
So that nigga, you're gonna choke.
You're gonna choke.
She said that because she saw Megan. She knew what the fuck he was about to get into.
She knew what he was on. She said, "This is my competition. Are you crazy? This girl is insecure, man."
She's like, you're gonna vomit. That's how Torrey Craig was when he saw AD was falling in love with the real estate agent.
Matthew.
Nigga. Yeah, he's like,
this guy.
This is Joey from Friends. Like, what the fuck?
Why you bullshitting? He gamed her up, nigga.
Yeah,
he gamed her up until the other white shorty said something. AD's about to go, G. Like you saw.
He gave her a timeline. You have until tomorrow.
And AD is low key a little bit of a snake. She broke up 3 relationships on the show that she wasn't even involved in.
Hey man, you see that? I understand.
She broke the white girl heart. She broke the other white girl heart because she told the black dude something. And then she told somebody, you better than this. I'm like, listen, girl, you too. You already too much. You're like, you don't need to do all this.
You're doing too much, man. But
yeah, I just wanted to break that up with y'all, man. It's hopefully, we could come back again and do this again. You know what I'm saying? But I want to break it up from just the sports talk sometimes here.
100%, man. Definitely, man. We're looking forward to have you back on here next Monday when we'll get into the other stuff we got going on. Let them know of course we got your with a follow and everything. Tell them you got anything you're working on at the moment.
Man, just keep looking out for the Culture Seller. That's something I've been working on with my cousin. We got a little platform that we're it should be launched soon. Like we pretty much got a lot of material. We just coming out with stuff that got to do with the culture. So that's why this is perfect for what I'm doing. Y'all could just look out for that. Follow me, at the shit that you see down there, Larry is Legend on Instagram, Larry is Legend 1, and just keep up with what we on.
We've been looking for a name for the segment. I think that Respect the Culture is probably the best name for this. So
I like that.
We can roll with that. Respect the Culture each and every Monday on I'm Not Gonna Hold You. Follow Lero and Larry at Larry is Legend on Twitter and Instagram, man. Lero, we gonna holler at you next Monday, bro.
That paper on these player haters, old news, money on the other line, so I'm not gonna hold you. Money on the other line, so I'm not gonna